Hey, what's up, you all? This is The Conversation with CHSNLV. He is a DJ, music producer, photographer, and he is also a recording artist. What is up, CHSNLV?
How's it going?
It's going really, really, really good. How about yourself?
Doing wonderful.
Doing wonderful?
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. You are definitely welcome. I appreciate you taking the time out to come to the conversation. So what's up? Where are you from, CHSNLV?
Southern California, to be exact.
Okay.
All around Southern California. I bleed Southern California. I live Southern California. SC. Big SoCal.
SoCal. Come on now. Let's go, SoCal. So how was it growing up in SoCal?
Sunny. Weather was great.
No four seasons?
No four seasons. What are seasons?
What are seasons? So it's just sunny all throughout Southern California?
Sun and gloom.
Sun and gloom?
Sun, gloom, and smog.
I heard there's like no rain there. Is that true?
It rains when you don't want it to.
So at the worst inconvenient time, I guess?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, shout out to Southern California. Let's get to it. So you are a DJ.
Mm-hmm.
You are a music producer. You are a photographer. You are a I already said music producer, a recording artist. How long have you been doing all four parts?
Started with producing. I only went to producing because I thought I could never be able to rap. I've always been a fan of like writing, so I started producing. Had to journal in like middle school, in my room trying to write to instrumentals and stuff, but just never had the confidence. It was always like a personal thing for me. I think then maybe like around, I'll give it like around COVID hit, and I probably took the recording artist more seriously and just like bettering myself there as a vocal talent, as a writer, songwriter, and a rapper. Been DJing since high school.
High school? You've been DJing since high school? Like, what did you do in high school, like, to make you start off DJing?
Okay, let me rephrase that. Actually, I'm glad you put it that way.
Okay.
It was like right out of high school.
Okay.
But that era to me is just all high school. So I started high school.
I see. That makes sense.
Like right after graduating in 2013, 2014 or so. I just got my controllers practicing. I probably didn't actually DJ in front of anyone until like actually 2016.
I was just about to ask about that. So you did shows way after you started the whole, process of DJing.
Correct.
Okay. What made you get into that? Is it because of your love for music, or was there any influence or inspiration?
Love of music, love of sound. The feeling it makes you feel when you hear songs played after another, and like it just changed the perceived end of how music works and operates. So you can look at everything like one big song and just like, chasing after that, the different moods and feelings that can come about by the music choice that you choose to play. So I think everything just relates and correlates to just sound, body, movement, feeling.
Let's rewind. I had a question about the name CHSNLV. As you said the word chasing just now, where did CHSNLV come from?
CHSNLV, where did it come from? As we just spoke about the many things that I like to do, I simplified that into just chasing love. It's not really like a romantic chase or anything like that. It's more so the romance with art.
Okay.
That goes back to the single hand simplified factor is art. I'm a lover of art, a chaser of art, and what I enjoy and choose to do. And that is just a good blanket statement to cover it. Like, I'm chasing my love for the art and what I love to do. So whether you see me do this, do a DJ set, go to the studio after record, make beats, go hit somewhere in nature and take photos, edit photos or videos, things like this, it's just a passion of the art first and a feeling that we get from it.
So that's where chasing love comes from. It's just passion, the love for art itself.
Yep.
Okay. What would you say is one of your best, like, I guess, out of all of the four that I mentioned, what is the one that you really, really have a passion for? I know you have a love for the art, but what is it that you have a passion for out of the four we mentioned?
It's like asking me which one of my four kids do I like the most.
Okay, let's go. Let's get to it.
No, there's not four kids, but I'm sure you guys all get the analogy.
I definitely get the analogy. Yes.
Yeah. It's gonna sound fun. Writing.
You like the writing aspect of
Like
it?
the writing aspect.
Forgot to mention that. You are a songwriter, I guess.
Okay.
Yes. So
and I'll tie it in. I say writing because
that's where it all starts anyways, the writing process.
Starts there, and in order for me to write,
Well,
I need a beat.
correction. It starts from brainstorming first, right? Then writing, or how is your writing process?
So writing process is I need something to write, so I make a beat.
Ah.
See how you get there?
So you bring everything together when you are starting that whole process. It's not just writing, but you're doing a beat at the same time. You're creating or composing a beat at the same time.
My mentality is I can't write unless I have a beat.
So you know what you're writing to, basically.
So I have something to write to. I never know exactly what
Well,
I'm writing
yeah,
to.
yeah, you're right.
So I have something to write to.
Okay.
And that's the single-handed drive is that I want to write. So let me make a beat that I'm feeling. And then after I make the beat that I'm feeling, I write. But now we want to hear our writing back to us. I want to react to what I chose to write. Because I think there's a thing where you write it, and when it's played back to you from recording, you don't. It's a different perspective. You're hearing it. You know, when people say, "Oh, you're talking to yourself," yeah. Well, when you listen to yourself back, you hear it more as a listener instead of the deliverer, and that perspective is highly different. So yeah, then I go and I record, I rap, get my delivery, and I hear my words back, and I get to react to it in that way. So the essence of everything does stem from writing.
Okay. Do you ever critique your writing after listening to it? Do you ever go back to the writing process portion of it and change things, or do you literally write all in one session and then get it on actual recording and then you're done? Or how is that process when it comes to the recording and changing your lyrics to make it match whatever, I guess, improvement you want to make it?
So, great question. The writing stage as a whole even includes the music and the recording, word choice, and its playback. Because when it's played back, it will let me know my reaction to what was being said. Will let me know if what I said was either had an cause a reaction. You can say certain things and you'll know, like, nah, I didn't react well to that one. Okay, well, I need to change that. Now it also goes into, well, how are we sharing this message, the delivery? You know, it's all about, a lot of it, yeah, you have the words, but like, how is it being said?
Like the tone, is that what you're referring to? The tone, or
the tone, the cadence.
Okay. The cadence, okay.
I want to use it. I could be using it wrong, but like the inflictions,
Okay.
the character, all these things go into the writing process because whether it's one line, that line's going to need to be delivered in a way that I need the audience to, and even myself, to feel it. I can say the sky is blue, but I can say the sky is blue plenty of different ways to make someone cause like a reaction or paint a picture in their head about the sky being blue.
So you're more about the visuals. You're creating an image, and you want your message, your delivery, to create an image, a visual for the I guess listener or the viewer.
Absolutely.
I like that. I like that. I've been a huge fan of your works, your music, that is. I love your music. I know you talked about the writing process and how you create a beat to write to your music. My thing is, which is a caveat, and I'm going to be a huge critique of your music. I love your music.
Mm-hmm.
It's just you don't post it. Why is that? Why don't you post your music? And like I'm sure I know some details, but I don't want to get too it just in case I'm wrong. But why? When you post your music, it's there. I get to listen to it, but then I might not see it out there on the streaming platforms, and it's like, what's going on? Like, and then also, why do I not see a lot of music out there on the streaming platforms versus, I guess, seeing?
Yeah, I'm simple as put. I'm too addicted to the writing stages and the curation stages, and it's about more of a feeling for me and timing. Yeah, I can write and craft more songs that I probably can't release, and I can also go the route of just dropping things. But what's the context am I giving this in? I've done the singles, like that's why you said like you see the music there. I've done the singles. I just dropped.
Also hear it. I hear the music. I see it there, and I'm listening to it. Then, like a month or 4 months later, it's like it's taken down. Then you're working on a new album or so. But I don't really get to see that new works. Why?
I'm gathering the full image.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what it is. Too much is it's still in that writing phase, and for me, I'm one of those artists where everything needs to connect.
Okay.
And everything needs to also, it needs to feel right.
Okay. Are you an artist that focus on perfectionism, in other words, I guess, and like it has to be up to par to what you envision, or you're not going to release it, or whatever the case may be?
The perfectionism thing is very interesting topic in terms of that.
Okay.
I can release a song that I don't think is technically perfect.
Okay.
But I knew that song matched that moment, and the words that I chose to say in that moment matched that time, and I was okay with that being out into the world. Then there's certain songs that I do have and create. For me to give it the life force that it really needs, and this is, I'm pretty sure, an issue that a lot of artists battle, and we as artists do have to get over it. I have this conversation all the time with my other friends.
Mm-hmm.
We have to get over it, is that some ideas are bigger than how we can execute it.
I like that. Some ideas are bigger than how we can execute it, right?
Mm-hmm. And with that comes hesitation, because if I underdeliver the idea, I won't internally feel satisfied. I wouldn't feel like I did my best. But the issue with that feeling is time's going to tick.
Yes.
It's not waiting on us. So the more I wait on this and this and wait for that perfect scenario, there is none. But it's also how much effort did I actually give into this art project, to at least that when it is out, I feel content and happy with myself, whether it got 0 views or 1,000 views. And also the intention of what is it I'm looking for in return. I would love what we all artists want and perceive to what we want when we follow these journeys. But to me, it's being an artist that is just, whether it's publicly shown, it's what it does for us and our character and our growth on the back end that I think that I'm more so addicted to. And I need to practice the public front end facing basis side of the artist. Sorry, I know I said a lot there.
No, I am actually thinking about what you said, and I wanted to chime in on that. Is it sounds like an insecurity that you might have with your work, but I'm not for sure if we can call it that. But I do know you have passion for your works, but also we as artists, we don't talk about those insecurities around it or the perfectionism around it until it becomes the topic of conversation, right?
Yeah, and the insecurity side is there. I would be wrong and completely lying if I said that there was never an insecurity aspect of it. There was an insecurity aspect of it, but also a truth aspect. If it's not ready, it's not ready. I'm just not, I'm not one of those that, once again, I'm not doing this for clout or like face value, So it doesn't hurt me to not have a public facing brand yet, if just because I'm doing it so I can say I do it and show people what I do. The art is the art, and anyone that hears the art, and like I said, it's cool to chop it up with you because you've heard it. I've sent the music to you. You know what's
I
behind the
actually
scenes.
love your music. I love your music. Not all of it. Some of it has explicit content that I wouldn't like to listen to, but like some of the music, I really, really like the beats that the actual production that you put into it, like the whole production, including the beat, including the music, the lyrics. Feel Away, I like that song.
Yeah, nah.
Let's talk about a lot of other songs I like too. Cool Beans, bro. You got Say Something. Yep. Still Elusive. So
I'm glad you like that one.
Now I'm not even gonna talk about some other access you gave me to like an actual new album that you got out there, but I like some of the music on there too, and like
No, we can talk about it. Brent, ask for all that I would put it out there. If he doesn't put it out there, he has my first solo album that has been in the works. That has been in the works. He has it. He's heard it, and he gave me feedback on it.
So good too. It is so flipping good.
Thank you.
Minus the cursing, but it's so flipping good. I'm not gonna mention any of the songs. I will let you mention it, but yeah,
I like. But you know what? I'm glad. We need to show this. I'm glad that you can, and this is the best part about being an artist, and what's most important about being an artist is we should have enough diversity in our work that certain people can gravitate towards certain things and say it's okay. Like, hey, I didn't like that, but I didn't like that not because it was bad. I didn't like that because it doesn't align with who I am, and I think that is the best way anyone needs to listen to music. Music needs to fit the person. Yes. Of who's the listening to. It's not like it. I consider that in every song I make. That's why there is different variations of different songs, because like, well, I know this maybe for this other person, and this here maybe for another type of person. And a lot of my favorite stuff, you gravitate towards a lot of my favorite stuff because I would like to, if you don't mind saying, I like to consider myself a cerebral being.
Okay.
Would you consider yourself that as well? A
cerebral being?
Like,
can you define that for me? Just in case.
You like things that stimulate the mind.
Yes, I would definitely say that.
To your mind and your thinking and thought process.
I feel like since I am neurodivergent, yes, anything, music does stimulate my mind. It helps me balance anxiety. So yes.
Yeah. So certain sides of my music, I speak about certain things, and that you gravitate towards those things, and I appreciate that as an artist. Because
I appreciate you as an artist, by the way, because your music is definitely good. I can tell you put passion and your heart into it just because I listen to it. It's not just me listening to it, but I'm analyzing it and making sure that that beat hits, the lyrics hit, and it makes sense. My thing is, though, why don't you put your music out? It needs to be heard. I love it that much.
It does.
To where I feel like it needs to be heard. And, like, you wait on it, though, and it's like, why? What's the wait for?
1,000 reasons.
Which
also,
I know we spoke about
1,000
insecurities.
No, let's get to really what it is, because I think everyone can learn from this, is that if we're not organized as an artist, if we're not organized with our thoughts and how we want to go about, we're going to be still. And what analysis paralysis is, that's one of the things to say. I have so many songs, but just because I have a lot of songs talking about a lot of different things, does that exist right now? But before we even get to that, let's talk about finishing songs.
Yes.
I have a lot of songs written. I have a lot of songs made. I have a lot of songs written, a lot of songs made. I don't have a lot of songs finished. And that's a process. So we can get into it. I have this conversation with my friends a lot. I can spin the bread and pay engineers to engineer a lot of my music. I choose not to, because once again, I hold the art too heavy, and I think even the engineering process is a part of the art for me, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is also an excuse, but it is true. Once again, I'm addicted to the process. That engineering phase is something, and I want to tweak everything and every sound, whatever it is, to be what it is. Whether it's good or not, it's me and my decision making. It's my art.
Are you a part of the? So you do the whole production? Is that what I'm hearing? You do the whole production, from the writing to producing to post production and editing, mastering, and getting it out there. That might factor into why it probably takes time for you to get it out there, and then why you don't want to post it, because you might want to master it or whatnot. So I get that now.
It's selfish, 1,000%. Any artist, I sit here and stare at the cat and say this. Any artist that prides themselves in doing everything, we're selfish. It's not a plus. It's not. It's a necessity. It's because we have to. It's either we don't have the connections, or we don't want to talk about to other people to get the help, or we don't want to financially pay for something. And all these things are crutches. So as these are part of my process, and it helps my art, it is also a crutch to my art. Just a quote. I'm a big fan of this architect, Tadao Ando, and he mentioned that something does not become architecture unless somebody's in the house or in the building or in the build. If someone's not actually in it, enjoying it, it's nothing. And at the end of the day, that's what music is. If it's not being listened to, it's not a song. It's just zeros and ones on a hard drive somewhere with a name title.
Yeah.
But if it's not being perceived or listened to, it does not become its art.
I agree.
So
I definitely wholeheartedly agree with that statement.
So yeah,
So will we be hearing more from you? Is that why you said that?
No, absolutely, absolutely.
We want to hear more. We want to hear more.
And there's a rollout plan right now.
Okay.
There's a rollout plan right now.
So there's more coming.
Absolutely.
Okay. As a music producer and a writer, do you take on other projects outside of what you do for yourself as an artist?
I do. Personal projects, though.
Okay.
Meaning, like, I have some collab projects with some individuals that I'm working on. Some of them I'm doing the beats. Some of them I'm also just being a recording artist on. But I do work outside of myself. But once again, it's on a personal value. They're the people I meet, people I don't mind being around, people I don't mind being vulnerable on the music side with. So I do have that, but nah, I'm not selling beats.
Not selling beats. Why is that?
Beats.
It's a market out there. Your beats are really good too. Like, it's a market out there.
Goes back to that. I could be shooting myself in the foot. Is this art or product?
I see, I see.
Now, as releasing music to the public, yeah, there's a blend. I need the art to be product as well, and that can also hinder the process of why music's not out. I need to make sure certain songs stand the test of time to become product.
I see.
But I'm not just, once you start making beats to make money, then I'm taking myself out of the artistic process, at least for me.
Yeah,
because
then it becomes about profits. So I talked
profits.
about that on an episode before about profitability and how commercialism is like when you take the art out, it becomes, movie studios do this all the time. They take the art out of art just because they're more focused on profits and turning a profit and making sure they can flip a dollar or flip a coin. So yeah, I definitely get it. You're more authentic in your approach, and you want to keep it as authentic as possible. So I get it. I get it.
I just live and thrive off the art, man. Like,
live and thrive off the art.
Yeah. Bro.
Is that your motive, your mantra? Is like every day you just live and thrive off of art? Are you inspired by it, encouraged by it, or?
Yeah, it's what guides my life. It guides me to be better.
Okay.
And like, sure, you listen to the music. Every beat, every word that's recorded, I'm either every verse. Like a lot of songs aren't written for me, beginning to end. It's usually I might be in a parking lot somewhere, and might write the hook. A lot of the music is I was always either depending on when, either on a balcony or like, I don't know if we could talk about, but during my self-reflection moments outside burning fires, all right? So, and in those moments, that's where a lot of my writing comes about. So you're listening to a collage of all the different moments in my life of when I was allowed to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So if I had 30, 45 minutes, I made the best out of it. Whether it's the hook or verse, this and this, and that's going through all the music. So
you're putting that passion in there, that drive, and then that tenacity. So,
because when we talk about it, say, "Oh yeah, I was here at this gas station, this and this, and I wrote that bar and this and that," because this and this inspired this. I shared this, or something happened, right? Like it's really like I'm saying, I'm really bleeding this out. It's not. I wish it's just a set up and go. Nah, I'm bleeding this out as I'm living and thriving. And hurting and all the above. I don't know.
Mashing it all together, basically. Well, thank you for your wonderful time to share your story, to share your music ability, your artistic ability. Thank you for bringing so much to the world. You have been nothing but great as a music producer, and you are a great writer, songwriter. And photographer. We didn't even get to that, but yeah, maybe for another conversation. But I would definitely say that for me, I really want to hear more music from you. And I'm looking forward to that new album that you have not published, but 10 a week. I'm just going to throw that out there. 10 a week, if that's okay with everybody. 10 a week.
10 a week.
10 a week. 10 a week. Anyways, thank you for being on the show.
Thank you.
I would like to ask you, is there a inspirational message you would like to leave for the wonderful viewers and listeners? Is there anything motivational or that you would love to talk about to leave for the viewers?
Yeah. Whether the artistic work that you're doing is shared or experienced, it's just all worth it. Being a part of the process, going through your own growing pains and character changing and building is all worth it about what this expression of art is. And everyone, it's their own right and duty to share their own perspective and materialize it into some form of physical form or something that can be felt. So just keep going. That's it. There's no right or wrong. It's your duty to be an artist and to express. So
it is your duty to be an artist and to express. Keep going. Thank you again, CHSNLV. Let's give it up for CHSNLV. Thank you for being on the conversation. I appreciate you chasing love. Thank you again for your time.